morning. What I want to do, if my dog allows me, I want to read something that I asked the browser's AI this morning about Jason Arday. In fact, I'll do it after the fact. I'll put the title of this live with his name. I asked AI this morning how the sales and reviews of his book are going, because as some of you might know or might not know, he got paid an alleged seven-figure sum for his memoir, and I put that in quotation marks. So let's see if I can find. My dog's already acting up. Um, Here it is. I'm gonna read for you exactly what the AI summarized about this. Okay, let's get rid of the pop-up. I don't know how to work cell phones. I'm old. Sales of Jason Arday's memoir, Great and Unfortunate Things, have spiked dramatically, driven primarily by intense public curiosity surrounding recent controversies and allegations. So it's working well for the publishing company, and for whoever is going to get, besides the publishing company, whoever is going to get part of the profits from this book. I also wanted to preface this with something that I read and watched videos on, which is a fact. And if you want to dive deeper into it, you can. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say what I learned is that in the music industry, when artists die, especially famous artists, successful ones, when they die, the sales of their records goes up the wazoo. So what I read and learned is that some people are more valuable dead than alive. Okay, continuing here. I'm reading what AI said about Jason Arday's book and the reviews. And let's keep going. So the sales are great. Let me start again, okay? I'm going to start again. Sales of Jason Arday's memoir, Great and Unfortunate Things, have spiked dramatically, driven primarily by intense public curiosity surrounding recent controversies and allegations regarding his academic work. In the United States, surging interest in category charts. The book experienced a notable surge in demand across major digital retailers. It climbed to number one on Amazon US. Sorry, my phone needs to have more light. I'm squinting here and I can't read. It climbed to number one on Amazon US's niche bestseller subcategories, including disability biographies and immigrants and immigrants biographies, and reached number 33. Oh, the number 33. Ah, what a coincidence. And reached number 33 in the broader biographies and memoirs category. No fiction. It's not in the fiction category at all. Retail availability. The U.S. publisher Simon & Schuster, alongside distributors like Ingram Content Group, has continued to supply the title to booksellers and online retailers, despite media pressure and calls from critics to pause sales or withdraw the book. In the United Kingdom, initial release and pre-orders, Simon & Schuster UK initially scheduled the official UK publication for late August. Pre-order interest and momentum grew rapidly in the wake of widespread British media coverage and intense public debate following the plagiarism claims. Media impact. Publishing insiders note that while academic memoirs usually see modest initial print runs, typically expecting a few thousand copies, the extensive UK press coverage significantly amplified visibility, turning the book into a high-profile print of interest. It's working well. Despite ongoing public scrutiny and debate over the memoir's claims and his academic legacy, both the US and UK branches of Simon & Schuster have kept the title available, leading to stronger than expected commercial traction, fueled by heavy publicity. It is my opinion that what he did to himself was also propelled by the fact that this book was going to be released, and he knew that scrutiny was going to be on steroids after publication. Okay, so then I asked, how are the reviews? And the answer was, critical reviews for Jason R. Day's memoir, Great and Unfortunate Things, have been overwhelmingly harsh, largely evaluated through the lens of the intense media scrutiny and investigation surrounding the academic credentials and claims. Tone and prose, LinkedIn-style writing. Reviewers across major publications have noted that the prose reads like a gushing, self-promotional social media. I wonder why. Very likely written by AI. It's my opinion. Feeds like a gushing, self-promotional social media feed. Writing in the Times, critics described the tone as mawkish, self-aggrandizing, aggrandizing, and hard to believe, noting that the writing feels precision tooled to appeal to institutional bases while offering surprising, shallow narrative depth. So no depth at all. Vague and dry detail. Multiple reviews point out that the text is curiously lacking in specific facts. Frequently withholding years, ages, or last names, rather than offering concrete evidence or detailed records. The memoir relies heavily on generalized platitudes about perseverance and clarity, conspicuous edits and omissions, softened claims. Critics have paid close attention to what was left out of the final text compared to earlier press releases and book proposals. Dramatic claims such as running 600 miles in 6 days, adolescent professional football trials, or prolonged comas were either omitted or heavily softened in the printed version to avoid further scrutiny. So, a lot of editing from what he was saying before. Lack of supporting evidence. Reviews emphasize that extraordinary assertions throughout the book are presented without coordination or documentation, making the narrative feel more like an engineered myth than a reliable autobiography. And still, it's not in the fiction category. Amazingly, it should be. Public and reader reception. The accidental artifact. Among everyday readers and online commentary, the book is largely being approached as a curious cultural artifact rather than being read as an inspiring story of overcoming adversity. Much of the audience is engaging with it out of morbid curiosity to analyze how the narrative was constructed prior to the public exposure of his fabrications. And that is, my friends, what AI said about the book of Jason R. Day. I am not going to read the chat because I see a lot of trolls in here, but thank you for the engagement. I appreciate you, people, and